Catching shoplifting suspects was one of my favorite parts of the job when I worked as a police officer. So when I came across this body cam footage, I couldn't help but make a reaction video because this foot chase ended up having a very unexpected hit. No pun intended.
Looking for her?
Yeah.
She just went to Zoomies. We're both law enforcement too. I don't know.
43, 10-4 check.
Well, something's going on down there.
Call for thank you. Copy. Come here. Don't buck. Over there.
Wow.
Come here.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Stop. I need help. Show you. Please don't hit me, sir. I didn't do nothing. Wait, my phone. Hang on. Wait, I got my teeth.
Okay. Put it behind you. Behind.
Thank goodness that pole was doing a good job helping out the officer. No, but seriously, when suspects run, they're putting themselves at risk too. And we don't want to see anyone get hurt. Seriously, because this reminds me of a time when I was working on patrol and it was very late at night and there was a team of officers who were surveilling a group of guys who were suspects in multiple B&Es to businesses that were obviously occurring late at night. So here's the deal. While they were watching them, the guys broke in through the front window of a multimedia store, and the surveillance team, along with the other officers, other patrol officers, just swarmed the business as fast as possible. And one of the suspects ran out of the store and jumped off a retaining wall. Well, here's the deal. It was a 60-foot drop, and he ended up breaking his legs. So when people run, they're putting themselves at risk. And by the time me and the rookie I was training, by the time we got there, they had the firefighters down there with the suspect and were getting him out on a stretcher to get him to the hospital as quick as possible because he broke his legs. But of course, he was blaming the police that he broke his legs. However, this lady, I mean, dang, she got knocked flat out. Body-wise, man, she got up quick. I guess that's the power of adrenaline. But here's what I noticed, and here's what I encourage. If you're interested in getting into law enforcement, or you're new to the profession, or you're just a veteran cop, curious what I have to say, please, I beg you, from what I trained and from what I implemented throughout my career, it's not good to have your taser out or your gun out in one hand and go hands-on with someone to try to get them under control. Holster those tools and use two hands to get someone under control. Now, there were times when I couldn't handcuff someone and I had to get them under control and just hold them under control until backup arrived. Obviously, that can be very dangerous if you're around a hostile crowd. The few times I had to do that, I was not around a hostile crowd, but also it was late at night. Like one incident in particular, a guy ran out of his car in a traffic stop. I caught up to him. It was late at night. We were behind a house. He was so squirmy. I just held him in a hold that I learned and waited for backup to arrive. Please, please, please do not go hands-on with someone when you're holding the taser or the gun. Now, look, that's my opinion. Talk to your certified defensive tactics trainer at your department or the community college that you get training from, whatever the case is. But also, that's pretty cool how the two officers who were obviously not working tried to help out as best they could, and they did help out. To which I did notice an adult was with the small child that the female officer was with at the beginning of the video. At first, I thought they abandoned the kid to help out the officer, to which I would never recommend that.
I need to call my mom, please.
Absolutely.
Please don't take me. Where you going? I didn't do nothing, man. I just was trying to contact to see what's going on. I called the police myself just now.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought y'all was trying to complain me for what I just did. I thought I just got off the phone with them, and I told them that I didn't do anything. Sir, can you please answer for me? Ma'am, can you please answer for me? Sir, please.
What? We're gonna have a long time to talk.
I don't want a no time to talk because I was trying to verify myself with the police. So that's why I thought when you were running after me, I thought that y'all was trying to blame me for what's going on. And I didn't do anything.
I got you.
That's what I'm saying. Can I please call the police, sir?
If you're new to law enforcement or you're just curious what I have to say, you see how she wouldn't stop talking? Let people talk. Because many times, particularly if they're lying, they're just going to keep on lying and keep on expanding that story. They won't be able to keep the story straight. And there's going to be the spontaneous utterances. That was a phrase that was thrown around a lot in my trainings that I attended when it came to interview and interrogation. Just let them talk and take note as to what they're saying, because when you let them talk and they're talking, chances are they're not going to help themselves out. But I know other people are watching this video are going to be like, don't talk to the cops. Hey, you have that right not to speak. But if someone is talking, let them talk. Last thing I want to say is, when it comes to foot chases, if you want to learn more, there's a video that's popping up right now. I'll leave a link in the description box, but also you can click that link above. There's conditioning, there's techniques, but also you have to be within the law and the policy to run after somebody. Now, I will say this about shoplifting. You have discretion. If you're new to the job, remember that you have discretion. There were times when I caught some people or responded to shoplifting suspects who were already apprehended by loss prevention. They were down on their luck. It didn't mean everyone had to go to jail. It didn't mean everyone had to be charged. Most of the time, those who were down on their luck and got caught, they weren't running, they weren't fighting. And one of the most impacting videos that went viral a few years ago was when a lady was in a store and the officer asked her, do you have anything else or something to that effect concealed on her? And she pulled out a pair of gloves, and it was cold outside, or a toboggan or something like that. And the officer said, I'll buy these for her. And he didn't even charge her with stealing. I just had to throw that in there. But those, from what I experienced, are few and far between. And I was really shocked to see how many people I would encounter who were continuously stealing. They just didn't learn their lesson. But remember, there's officer discretion. When it comes to this video that I found on Body Cam Watch, I watched a little bit more of it. The next day, someone came to complain about the officer, and they said the officer threw the girl down on. Never happened. That's why I'm a big fan of body cameras, because whenever the people were told by the officer taking the complaint that no, she ran into a pole and then she got up and the officer handcuffed her, the officer never put her back on the ground, and there's body cam footage to prove that, the people walked away like, oh shoot. I'm all for body cameras. Keep that body camera rolling. But also, if you're a police officer, please be careful in foot chases. You see this scar right here on my arm? I got that from when I was chasing after a guy in Walmart one time because he was trying to steal. And this arm got caught on a coat rack, and I freed my arm and then kept going after him. Eventually, he stopped because I was yelling at him the whole time trying to get into his head. Fortunately, it worked. He stopped and I handcuffed him. But as we get back to the loss prevention office, I look down and my forearm is covered in blood. And I'm like, what in the world? It was from that cut I got from getting my arm caught on the coat rack, and I've got to have a dang scar from it. Just be careful. There's obviously been worse things to happen on police officers, particularly when they cut corners and suspects are waiting to ambush them. There's a former Marine that I know of. He was ambushed on a foot chase because the suspect got away just enough to wait on the officer, and when the officer got there, he ambushed him. Be careful on foot chases. But at the same time, man, when a foot chase comes to an end because of something like this, no complaints there. So thank you for watching the video. Click right here for your next video, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.